Hi everyone and welcome to a new video. Today I'm going to take you along for a little bit of a life reset. I did not reset for March and I want to say it shows, but March was just rough to begin with, so I didn't film it, and I honestly, even off camera, I didn't really do my normal like reset routine. I didn't set any goals or anything like that. I've also been a little MIA around here, and I want to say with good reason, because March was chaotic and I was just trying to survive. Everything was coming to an end, and like it was like end of year concert, end of this. We've had people visiting us for the past like 3 weeks. Not solid, but like different people on and off for the past like 3 weeks. And so I'm just gonna give you a little bit of a rundown. I'm also using my iPad today. Normally I sit and look at my laptop. I didn't really have a spot I wanted to sit that was decent lighting, and also they're still doing construction next door, but I actually want to film in the daytime because I always film at night when they're not working. But I wanted the sun. The sun was making me happy, so we're gonna deal with the audio. I've been doing my best to learn how to edit the audio like in like post-production, and I think it's getting better. But sometimes there's certain sounds that you just can't cut out, so I'm sorry for that. So for today, normally my resets are like kind of cleaning the apartment and setting goals and reflecting and all of that stuff, which I'm still gonna do like the reflecting and the goal setting part, but I kind of already did like the cleaning and other prep stuff like beforehand, since we had people visiting this weekend. So I kind of did like the apartment reset like on Thursday. So today I'm not going to include that, but I have a few other things that I want to chat today. So a little bit of a rundown from March. Okay, so finishing off February, I was actually gone the last week. We went home to, George and I drove to our hometown to visit our parents, like respective parents obviously. And then I went to Quebec City with Erin, which the vlog for that is coming probably later this week. I've had a horrible time trying to edit the audio because of the wind from being outside. I didn't have my GoPro, so I was filming on my phone, which the quality of video is great. Better than my like old GoPro, which is like I think a Hero 3 Silver, so like super old. But it's great for the vibes. It still works, but it's great at blocking out the wind sound. Whereas I didn't have an external mic, and I didn't have couldn't really block the mic. The audio was really bad, so I've been working on trying to adjust the clips that I need, like of me talking, and then also just filming some voiceovers for it to explain things. So I just have a little bit to finish on that, but that'll be up later this week. That took us right till the end of February and the first few days of March, so like I kind of just was behind to begin with, and then it was just kind of like busy. So I'm just going to stand over here so I can put in a few clips of explaining like the things that I did. The lighting's going to change a bit. We're just going to deal with it because it's sunny and I want to film in the sun, but it keeps like coming in and out and I can't change the camera every like 5 seconds, so apologies. So on March 9th, my acapella group did a collab with the You Wanna Dance Club, and we sang a song live at their concert, or their recital I guess is what they call it, and they danced live. So maybe I'll just like insert a clip here. I dreamt last night of a sign that read the end of love. I remember thinking, even in my dreaming, it was a good line for a song. The song that we did, I actually arranged and sang the solo for, so that was a big deal, and I hadn't sung in front of like a large audience probably since like high school. It's been like a really long time, but this was 2 shows on the same day, and the theater holds 500 people and they were both sold out, so that was super stressful. It was also like our first like big performance as our new a cappella group, so I felt like a lot of pressure, but it turned out really good, and so I'm very proud of that. But that took up like a lot of time. So while that was happening, one of our friends was actually visiting us for a week. And so while he was here, I still like did most of my normal work and stuff, but I took off the Wednesday, and then we went like for coffee and stuff like that too. And also I just wasn't able to use my office because he was like staying in this room here. And then the following weekend I was in visiting Erin, which was fun. It was like, it's kind of like a good break, but I did get a little bit of work done because I was getting really stressed about stuff. So we went to my favorite coffee shop and we did some work there. So I got back on a Monday. I did work like for most of the day, and then I drove back kind of evening because it was starting to get lighter and the weather was fine. And then that week our lab was hosting a guest for a seminar, so that was definitely out of the norm. So that took up a good chunk of the time that week. I also was hosting something for like our structured writing sessions for BGSA, which I don't normally do either. I also then had a presentation to give on Friday, so I was prepping for that. Oh, and then my parents came that day. Normally they leave at like 6:30 and they come like mid-afternoon, which is perfectly fine because I still had like my own like work to do for the day, and they knew that, and that was fine. But there was a huge snowstorm that they were gonna have to drive through, so they ended up leaving at 4 a.m. They were up at like 2:45, which I'm incredibly grateful they were willing to do that to come, because I'm like so proud of what we were able to do for our a cappella concert, which I'll talk to about it in a second. And so they came, but then they had to like wait around a bit because I was giving my presentation, so I couldn't let them in the building at the time. It was just a little bit chaotic there as well. So then the following Saturday, so like we hung out with them, we went for dinner with them, Georgia came with us too, and then Saturday we had the concert, but it was at night. So my mom wanted to go to IKEA and my sister wanted to go to the outlets. I did vlog that weekend, so it is coming out. It just hasn't been like posted yet. Then the Sunday, my parents were still here, but it was one of my friend's birthdays, so she had a birthday like craft brunch. So we made these like cute little, like, we painted pots and like painted candles. I should have taken a little video clip. I don't know why I didn't, but here's photos of it. And then I was sick for like several days, like completely knocked out. I didn't do anything for like 3 days. I didn't even open my laptop. I used my phone to message. I was really hoping I would be fine come Tuesday in order to TA, and then I just wasn't gonna go to soccer or anything else. But like I actually couldn't. I've never gotten like migraines before or anything like that, but I'm not sure if that's what I had. And I think I was just like so exhausted that my body was just like passed out, done. And so I slept for like 2 days. And then both Wednesday and Thursday I did get some work done, but like I was like sleeping past 11 and just needed to catch up. But now I'm doing much better, which is good, which led us into this past weekend. Georgia's mom and sister came up because their family friend, their son was performing in like the improv final, the national like improv games. And so we went to see that on Friday night, had dinner, and then they invited me when they were like hanging out and stuff. So that was really nice of them. And Georgia's mom brought us little Easter baskets, which was so cute. And now we've come to today. So now into like the reset portion. I actually got caught up on my budget, and we call it squaring up. Georgia and I like pay for things back and forth. I do most of the groceries, and sometimes she like get this things or like orders food or whatever. So we were just like filling out our budget and then like who owes what kind of thing. So we did our like little square up, which was like the first time we've done that in months, which we were really good about doing it like every month, but we were not caught up on that. So it took me many hours to figure all of that out. I added everything. I hadn't updated my budget since January 7th, which is a little rough, but because it was just like too overwhelming, it just got to a point where it's like, it's too much, it's going to take too much time. So yesterday we sat down, everything is situated. Took, again, way longer than I had anticipated, so that's why we're doing everything else today. I did want to touch on gratitude for the past month. So I had, what are your 3 things? I only filled out 2, but friends, I guess I could put family visiting and then like friends visiting as a separate one, but I could just put friends and family visiting us, which was really fun, and that I survived the month. It was a lot happening. April is also stressful. It's not as busy, but it's very stressful, but I'm just happy I survived. We are grateful for that. And then what am I most proud of? I'm actually like very proud of myself for asking for help, especially when I was sick. And then kind of going off that, I didn't open my laptop for like almost 4 days. When I was sick, like I did answer emails of being like, hey, I can't make it in, can we reschedule a meeting, etc. But I didn't do any work. I honestly couldn't even look at a screen. Like I had such a bad headache. It was just not a good time. So I'm glad that I like took a nice rest off that. I guess my body kind of forced me to do that, but normally if I'm sick, I'm pretty, like I just like power through, but I was like, no, I want this to go away. This needs to go away before the weekend. So I slept, and I'm very proud of that because that's very difficult for me. And then also I am incredibly proud of our a cappella concert. We managed to do 12 group songs, and then we also had 4 small groups, which was amazing. The venue, we did it at a church because the acoustics are incredible. And then we also had a sound guy, which made it just so easy. We were just able to like be there. He worked around us. It was honestly, it was such an amazing experience. It was so good. I was so happy with how it turned out. There was a lot of things that were up in the air, and then Priya and I, so Priya's my vice president, and we had been really stressed. We were trying to get everything done. The last 2 weeks, tensions were high because we were supposed to have our concert April 6th, but then we found out that there was a musical that several of our members were in. It was that weekend, and then exams started immediately after, and the week before is Easter, and then we had to push it back, so we lost like 2 weeks of rehearsals that we had initially planned for. So we ended up cutting a song, which we're actually just doing now, and we're going to film them for social media. But we also had a couple extra rehearsals, so it was really busy, and again, tensions were high because people are stressed. We were like, some things were kind of last minute unintentionally because again we had to move the date, but it was so good. I will put the link below to like our social media because we do have stuff posted on there. I'm working on editing all the video for the actual concert, and those will all be posted. So when that actually gets done, I will probably talk about in future videos. But it is something that I am so incredibly proud of. Like, my parents have never come like seen me perform a cappella live. Anyways, they've seen videos, but I like begged them to come. Like, it wasn't that much of a beg. They were like, yeah, like, we'll come. But I was like, this is something, like, I was like, I've never asked you to come see this before, but like, this is something I'm actually proud, like genuinely proud to share or to show you guys. Anyways, moving on from that, that was a long section. Okay, I guess like talking still about like previous month. I have some favorites, but I have to go collect them, so I will be back. Okay, so I've collected my things, and the first one is going to come to no shock to anyone. For the 4th-ish month in a row, we've got my headphones. These are like my most favorite fidget. They're the most satisfying. They actually help like so much, like when I'm trying to focus. The only downfall is that they are loud. And like, yeah, I can try to be quieter, or like sometimes I roll them, but I don't pull these out when I have like in-person meetings or like when I'm listening to like a speaker or presentation or something. So I've been on the hunt for something that's like the same like satisfaction of the magnets, but something that's quieter. And I do know that they came out with like the quiet, like the series 2, but I don't like how long they are. And so I'm like, I want these this size, but in the quiet. But until that happens, I did find something that is like fairly equal satisfaction. But this is a pretty close second. It's just this like thing of like wooden cubes, and they're attached on 2 sides, or like within 2 holes. I don't know how to explain it. But like you can like rotate them and stuff like that. And yeah, like if they could be loud. Like I wouldn't necessarily give them to a child and expect them to be quiet. But like I've been perfectly fine like watching presentations and stuff with these. They're not distracting to like the speaker or anything, so this has been a win. And I also took this to the theater on Friday night when we went to the show, and I played with it the whole time, and there was like no complaints or anything for anyone around us. Like Georgia sat beside me and she's like, yeah, I couldn't even hear it. Specifically for personal and wellness goals, I have go to a dance class because George and I found an adult drop-in dance studio in Ottawa, so we're going to try out one of those this month. Possibly be a weekly thing come summer, but for now we are going to try one. And then I need to get back into a run routine. Again, this is a little more contingent on weather, but I'm thinking that I might even try to go back to doing my treadmill. That was the other thing for March, is I couldn't use my treadmill much because there was always people staying in that room, and so it was just like hard to like move everything to like get to my treadmill. But normally it's a lot easier to use day to day, so hopefully we can get back into that. Next, I want to do yoga/stretching 3 times a week, because if we start dancing, I 1000% need to be back in like peak stretching. It'll also help for running, which we figured the dance classes, especially if you end up doing like more of like a technique kind of class, then it will help strengthen us for running as well. And then drink water. I literally wrote drink your water exclamation mark. I'm normally pretty good about this, but I swear like the past week and then after being sick, I've been having a really hard time trying to get back into drinking enough water. So I'm, instead of like going all in, being like, gotta finish it all today, I'm just like, okay, I was finishing about like one of my like big pink Yeti water bottles, but now I'm like, okay, I can finish two. But normally I would finish like 2.5, maybe even 3 kind of thing. And so now I'm like, finishing one, good. 2 is our goal for the foreseeable future, and then if that goes well, then we'll get back up to my preferred amount of water consumption. For financial goals, I wanted to square up, but I actually did that, so I can already check that off the list. That feels nice. And then plan a budget. So I haven't planned a budget for the past like long time. I kind of do like, I do keep track of all of my expenses and like categorize them and everything, but I don't like preset goals for each category. But I think I might do that a little bit because I want to try to save some more money so that I can do an extra travel thing that I might get to do. And then for academic and professional development goals, I have comprehensive in capitals because that is my priority this month. That's what needs to be done. And then post 1 video a week, which again, I said I have it set up to do, so just need to set time aside for that. And then I put reset to do. This is like my like task to accomplish for the reset, which I would normally film, but these are just things that I want to get done throughout the month, so I might do like 2 a week kind of thing. And like maybe my normal like cleaning routine, I'll like add one of these in. Those are my goals and my tasks for this month. So thank you all for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you like this kind of content, don't forget to subscribe, and if you leave a comment, I would love to chat. I hope you guys have a good day, and I will see you all in my next video.